Before she died, Diane Keaton made a shocking decision about her dog, one her family never saw coming. The world knew her as the woman in the wide-brimmed hat, the quirky romantic who redefined style and strength. Diane Keaton, born in Los Angeles in 1946, grew up dreaming of the stage long before she would conquer it. The daughter of a civil engineer and a homemaker, she was raised in a home full of laughter, chaos, and creativity. Her mother encouraged her to chase dreams, and young Diane took that advice literally. After studying drama at the neighborhood playhouse in New York, Keaton hustled through the 1960s theater scene, waiting tables and auditioning relentlessly. Then came her Broadway break, Hair. It wasn't just a show, it was a statement. And for Diane, it was the door to everything that followed. Hollywood noticed her charm, that magnetic mix of wit, awkwardness, and brilliance. Then came The Godfather, then Annie Hall. And with it, immortality. She became the face of a generation, funny, flawed, endlessly human, an Oscar winner, a fashion icon, a woman who never tried to fit in and somehow made not fitting in the most glamorous thing in the world. But beneath the laughter, the applause, and the meticulously tailored suits, Diane Keaton lived a quieter, gentler story, one about companionship and love without conditions. In 2020, during the quiet of the pandemic, Keaton adopted a golden retriever named Reggie. He was a rescue, soft-eyed, anxious, loyal, the kind of dog that made you slow down. From that day, Reggie wasn't just a pet, he became her anchor. Fans watched as he appeared in her Instagram posts, sprawled across her couch, sitting by her side during interviews, even photobombing her selfies. Friends would later say Reggie wasn't just her dog, he was her peace. As the years went on, Reggie accompanied her everywhere, on film sets, photo shoots, long drives up the California coast. Keaton often joked that he was her favorite co-star, and everyone knew she meant it. On October 11, 2025, Hollywood fell silent. Diane Keaton, aged 79, passed away from pneumonia. Her death sent ripples of grief through generations of fans, actors, filmmakers, dreamers. But just days later, a startling discovery emerged from her estate: a $5 million trust fund for Reggie. It wasn't a rumor, it was written, signed, and witnessed. $5 million carefully allocated for Reggie's lifelong care. His food, his home, his medical needs, even a small staff of caregivers to ensure he would never know a day of loneliness. The trust would remain active until Reggie's final days, and any remaining funds would then go to animal welfare charities, a move that transformed what seemed eccentric into something profoundly compassionate. A longtime friend explained it best. That's Diane, she didn't do things halfway. She wanted Reggie to live with the same dignity and humor that she lived her life with. It was shocking, yes, but it was also pure Diane Keaton, witty, thoughtful, and unapologetically unique. The public debated the $5 million figure. Some called it excessive, others called it genius. But those who knew her understood. Diane Keaton had always been an advocate for the voiceless, for struggling artists, for single mothers, for the unhoused, and especially for animals. She had served on the board of the Helen Woodward Animal Center for over 20 years, donating quietly, showing up unannounced to volunteer, and calling shelters personally when she heard they were struggling. Reggie wasn't just a symbol of her love for one dog. He was a representation of her belief that kindness should outlive us. Even in death, her actions sparked conversations about compassion, estate planning, and the bond between humans and animals. Legal experts called it one of the most heartfelt celebrity wills ever written. Her children, Dexter and Duke, inherit the majority of her $100 million fortune. But it was the $5 million for Reggie that captured the world's heart. Diane Keaton's story has always been about courage, the courage to be different, to love deeply, to laugh loudly, and to care without boundaries. Her final Instagram post, shared just months before her passing, showed her sitting on her porch with Reggie, sunlight falling across them both. The caption was simple: "Happiness is here right beside me." Now that image has become her final portrait, the artist, the icon, and the friend, captured in one quiet, golden moment. As Hollywood remembers Diane Keaton, it's not just for Annie Hall or The Godfather. It's for her heart and the lesson she left behind. That love in its purest form is timeless, even when it comes with four paws and a wagging tail. In a world obsessed with legacy, Diane Keaton chose love, and maybe that's the greatest legacy of all.